Alright, let's go, people. The game is the game, episode 5. We're gonna call this one. What are we gonna call this one? Your time is limited. Alright. Anyway, before we get into this one, let's go back to last week's one. If you haven't listened to it, it was about debt and cleaning your room. So if you got any debt and your room's unclean, go and check that one out, episode 4. Anyway, let's get into this. Today, your time is limited. So we're going to start with a quote from Steve Jobs, R.I.P. So the quote goes like this. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. I think that's a deep quote right there. And I start with that because today I was wasting time. So I was sitting there in my feelings. You know, it happens from time to time. But you have to keep those to very limited situations. Anyway, so I'm sitting there in my feelings and I'm looking at a clock and I saw that the seconds hand go from 12 all the way back round to 12. And then I watched it again, 12 to 12. 2 minutes, 120 seconds, life gone. Just sitting there feeling sorry for myself. And after 2 minutes, I just quickly snapped out of it. Like, bro, what am I doing? It's like, yeah, this issue may be, like, it may be big, but sitting here feeling sorry for myself is not going to resolve it. So snap out of that and keep it moving. You know, you can't fold. You can't sit there feeling crushed, feeling sorry for yourself when you still got stuff to do. You still got moves to make. You still got life to live. So yeah, it's like this episode is about time and not wasting it. For any reason, you just have to live life to the fullest and don't let your feelings dictate how you're gonna live in a negative way. You can use your feelings in a positive way, you know, but even so, feelings are fleeting, so you shouldn't rely on them too much anyway. It's principles and discipline that should mold you. Anyway, so I was thinking, what was that? Yeah, so your feelings you can start to feel a certain way, you know, because of your circumstances. You might not be living in the conditions that you hope to live, but it's like circumstances don't make the man. It reveals him to himself. So it's like when you're in something, you start to see who you truly are. And it's like, are you someone who's going to fold under pressure, or is the pressure going to make you? Because I've always been curious, like, why can two people go through the exact same thing and one thrives and one probably, you know, he folds? So it's like, what is it about the mind that someone can use something to fuel them while another person, it depletes them? And I think a lot of it comes down to the feeling like you're owed something, like you deserve something. Like you go through life and you're wishing and you're praying and you feel like you've earned it. But the reality is you haven't earned it. You have to fight for it. And you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. In all walks of life, from jobs to relationships to friendships to business to investments, you get what you negotiate. So you can think, yeah, I deserve this. I earned this. But did you negotiate well? Were you aware of the pitfalls? Did you fill yourself with knowledge on the subject beforehand? If not, you're probably going to take a L. And, you know, that leads to suffering. And, you know, to live is to suffer. But your suffering and your happiness they're in your own hands. And once you acknowledge that and you realize no one is coming to save you, and it's maybe it's a bit saddening, but it's the reality of of life, because everyone is dealing with their own problems, and no matter how much maybe a friend, a family member, a business partner, whoever may be able to lend you a hand from time to time, the majority of life you're gonna have to walk alone, and you're gonna have to bounce back. You're gonna have to take L's and keep going. You're gonna have to take the wins, but also not let it get to your head. So because in life sometimes good people get bad things, or bad things happen to them, and bad people, good things happen to them. That's just the way it goes. Life is not fair, but you can get out of life what you give back to life. So it's like, if you get up, you build your knowledge, you put the work in, you don't waste time, don't get caught up in any drama, don't get caught up in gossip or celebrity chit chat. Just focus on you, your purpose, walk in it, your goals, and basically have tunnel vision towards whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Because right now it's Friday, weekend is here, and there's gonna be at least two different types of people. Somebody is so thankful the weekend is here, it's Friday, time to drink, let their hair down, relax. Somebody else out there, maybe you, decided, I'm not happy with my life right now, and the only way to change it is to use my free time wisely. If I'm not working at the weekend, that gives me 48 hours to make a move. 48 hours to learn something, to do something, to prosper, to build wealth. 48 hours to do something that's going to impact your life for generations to come. And that's the message for today. Don't waste time. Not even a minute. Because you're not going to get it back. So yeah, also, if you get a chance this weekend, if you can buy the book, buy the book. If you can't, go onto YouTube, listen to As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh by, let me find the author. Yeah, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Listen to that book. It's very short read. You can listen to it. I think it's an hour or something like that, maybe less. But use your time this weekend. Do something that's gonna progress your life. Read that book, As a Man Thinketh, and always remember, the game is the game.